Maybe your world seems okay on the outside. Maybe the career, the relationship, the job, you're doing all the things. Maybe the spiritual practices, doing the inner work, yet something still feels off. The fruits of your life just aren't quenching your soul as truth when you bite into it. And this is a soul ache that so many women can't name and they experience. And this ache sometimes can feel like a depression or anxiety or unhappiness or disconnection, or at times it can feel like all of that. The most confusing part is so many women now try to fix it. Okay, well, if the fruits of my life aren't nourishing my soul, if something feels off, I'm gonna try to fix it. So they enter the hamster wheel of life, taking any type of action that you know you're supposed to do, even if that's really diving into yourself, working on yourself, praying, meditating, doing all of the things, says, I know you, you've done it, you've tried. And all of those things have genuinely helped and sometimes even bring moments of peace. And yet that feeling comes back. Maybe you even end up in the same place again, just in a different way. The same circumstance, the same situation, same patterns, same triggers, same pulls, may just look a little bit different on the outside. That same quiet ache underneath it all comes rising, bubbling back up, even though you've done all the things. And somewhere deep within you, you're asking yourself, why on earth is this still happening? Why am I experiencing this? If you resonated with anything that I just said, you are in the right place, and I really encourage you to stick with me and watch the entire series of my teaching videos, because I know your soul will feel it, whether it's a relief, feeling seen, getting that hit of inspiration, maybe a new insight for you, or diving deeper into this work. I trust that you are here for a reason. And if we haven't met before, hello, I'm Karina. I'm the founder of Your Divine Return and the creator of this wisdom that I am about to share with you in the Her Divine Return teaching series, which is specifically for women on the divine feminine path of rerouting the divine feminine tree of life back into divine soil, back into divine roots, and awakening that Holy Spirit, God flame within her once again. Before we really get into it, I want you to know that I am you. I see you, that you are perfect, and that you are exactly where you need to be right here, this moment. My consciousness is aware across multi-dimensional levels. And through my very, very intense journey, I was able to see and experience the energetic inner architecture of the feminine, of myself, on my own personal divine return. And on this journey, I was able to see how a woman's divine feminine creation system has become split from creating from the lower aspects of her versus the divine aspects of her, the divine self, her soul, your true self. How a woman's life force is leaking on a deep unconscious level because of the split, and how the divine identity has become fragmented as a byproduct of it. And these experiences from my intense journey birthed the revelations that I am about to share with you in this series. And now this isn't about needing to just think more positive, be stronger, less emotional, set better boundaries. Okay, we've probably heard it all, and I'm sure that you've tried all of it, because a lot of those things do help at times. But none of those things quench the true soul craving of yearning to produce a life that tastes like truth when you bite into it. And you know you deserve it. Your life right now is always bearing fruit. You're always creating something without realizing it or not, energetically, right now, and every single moment. So my question for you is, how does the fruit of your life taste right now? What's going on? What aspect of your life maybe feels off, not quite in alignment, and just not like your truth, or there's something more that God has in store for you? You were divinely designed to produce a life that tastes like God's nectar. And I know you know this. I know your soul knows this here. Deep down, whether it makes sense up here or not, your soul, your heart knows it. But a lot of women have been convinced that this just isn't possible for them. Oh, that type of life is just in the movies. Oh, I'm expecting too much. That's not realistic. We've probably thought it, heard it, and maybe even convinced ourselves of that. Or they're like, no, I know that this is possible. So they spend their entire life trying to change the fruit. If they don't like what they're producing in their life, they try to change the fruit, right? We try to change what's on the outside. So we're like, okay, what do we know? What have we learned from the tools out there? We need to set better boundaries. We do need to do that mindset work, attract better partners, self-worth, love ourselves, have better habits, develop a spiritual practice, be more soft, be more feminine. I need to receive more. Whatever it is, we are trying through all of those actions to change the fruit. Real things can shift in our life. Sometimes the fruit can change, but then underneath it all, that soul ache can still come back. Somehow the fruit looks different. Maybe that green apple turned red, but it's still producing that same old flavor. And the reason is because the root energetic system behind it that you are creating from. Because what is happening is you are creating the fruits of your life with the same energies, the same operating systems that created the old, that just isn't tasting different. We cannot change the fruits of our life. We have to tend to the root. Now, so many different religions have pointed to this in a lot of different ways, and it's the concept of the tree of life. You are the tree, and your life creates beautiful branches, leaves, and you produce fruit. The different aspects of your life are the fruit that you bear for yourself to enjoy, but also as a gift to others. Now, the root of this tree within this metaphor, stick with me, is your root creation system. Our root system has become split between creating from our divine truth, which is going to produce the fruits of life that nourish us, versus the lower aspect of ourself, the human. As a humanity, as a whole, our divine creation system, how we were meant to produce as women, they have parasites. You can look at it as some GMO fruit. Those roots have been genetically modified, yes, from those that control the planet. Old programs, old stories from society, or maybe things that you have gone through. And most of us are unconsciously creating the fruits of our life based on these old energies, old stories from our past. This has been passed down through the lineages, but also woven very, very, very deep into the collective consciousness. A silent disconnection, the reason why many women feel that soul ache, because we're not creating a life the way that we were divinely meant to because of this split system. Even if you maybe think, oh, well, I've worked through that, or I have gone through that, I thought I addressed that. What I'm speaking about is very, very deep, and it's energetic. This happens unconsciously without necessarily us realizing it, because it happens behind the scenes energetically. That's why we can do all of the things, but our fruits of our life still taste the same. We have become split. The internal system in which we are creating from still holds the old energies. You can't create a new reality. We can't create heaven on earth that we probably all heard of while still functioning off the energies of the old. No matter how many quantum leaps you've done, no matter how many ayahuasca ceremonies, or how much you go to church and pray, if our creation system is still running off the energies of the old, you're still going to create fruits of your life that do not taste like God's nectar. The reason is simple. It has to do with the Holy Spirit, divine feminine creation system within you. This is why the woman who has done all of the inner work, all of the things the industry tells her to, still finds herself back in the same old place, dealing with the same old shit. This is why the woman who knows what she deserves in love still finds herself somehow accepting less. This is why the person that genuinely loves God, the divine, something greater, who prays, meditates, is devoted, and still feels that still something's missing. This is why the woman who has done years of worthiness work or self-love completely collapses by one person's rejection. My love, no matter how much work you've done, no matter how far you've come, you're not broken. You are not weak. You're not too much. There has been a split from the creation energy that you have been meant to source from. And the split has not been addressed where it actually lives. Through rerouting your creation system back to its divine design, purifying the GMOs, the old programs, the old energies, the weeds, the parasite, watering your roots from the living wells of the Holy Spirit within you, and addressing this at an energetic level where the split actually exists, your life will begin to produce fruits that actually nourish your soul. This is how the divine feminine tree of life has been intended to function and how it will come online. This is what your divine return truly is. It is returning to the only version of you, the only self that is you, that is real, the holy aspect of you, the holy flame, and operating from that, living from that. That is your purpose. That is why you are here. That is how you shift the planet, the people in your life. That is how you impact your community, your children. If I speak of God or the divine, this is non-denominational, and I am not speaking about religion. All are welcome here. This flame is the version of you that is whole, that is fully satiated from within, that does not need anything else outside of her except for the love of herself, from the holy essence within her, the goddess within you, anchored and rooted from the divine Earth Mother. This vibration, this aspect of you is the real you, and you were meant to live that, to flow that, to water yourself from that, to become it, to emerge as it, to be rebirthed as it, and then create the Garden of Eden within you and produce a life and the fruits of your life from it. And now in these videos, I'm gonna take you very, very, very deep within this. So make sure that you subscribe and that you follow along. We're gonna take a look at exactly how these roots have become split, where your life force, your creation energy has been going, whether you know it or not, where it's been costing you over every single aspect of your life, and what it actually looks like and feels like to return to this energy. Not just think of it in your mind, like think you know what it's like or think it, but what it actually feels like, to anchor it and become it and produce from it, to allow it to live through you, to receive from it in your creation system. Create from it, root into it. If your soul feels me, the vibration of what I'm saying is truth, please share this to as many women as possible. This is the restoration of the divine feminine tree of life back in to divine soil, back into divine alignment. I am inviting you to join the ecosystem and welcoming you to the garden for your children and for their children and for all of the generations to come, for the freedom of our great Earth Mother and for all the souls that live on her. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.